Kazakhstan registered another record high number of daily COVID-19 cases. 15,872 people were infected with the coronavirus infection in the past day. According to the metrics of the epidemic situation, all regions and cities in the country are in the red zone, except for Turkestan region. The highest single day daily was recorded in the capital again. 5,050 people caught the infection in the last 24 hours. Karaganda region came next with 2,944 coronavirus cases. The city of Almaty took the third place. 2,025 patients tested positive for COVID-19 there. The total case count in the country has exceeded 1,100,000 over the pandemic. More than 110,000 patients are currently receiving treatment for coronavirus. Over 8,300 out of them are in hospitals, the Kazakh Health Ministry reported. The number of people fully vaccinated with two components in Kazakhstan has exceeded 8,655,000. Since the beginning of this year alone, more than 4,000 children living in Kazakh capital of Nur-Sultan have received positive test results for coronavirus. Such data were given by the press service of the Sanitary and Epidemiological Control Department. They note a high COVID-19 infection rate among school children. A third of this infection are kindergarten pupils. Notably, the main increase in case was recorded after January 12. It has also been found that most of the children contracted the virus from their parents. The Senate of Kazakh Parliament ratified the agreement on cooperation in the creation and application of reference materials for the composition and properties on substances and materials. The document will allow domestic exporters and suppliers of goods, workers of surfaces to the countries participating in the agreement to use interstate standard samples without further testing or research. It is believed that the ratification of the treaty with interstate status will increase confidence in meteorology measurements and ensure the quality and safety of Kazakh-made products. This will save entrepreneurs time and money.
Заттар мен материалдардың құрамы мен қасиеттерін
The creation and application of reference standards of the composition and properties of substances and materials it is great importance for the country's economy. The cooperation agreement adopted today will make it possible to recognize the standards developed in the countries participating in the agreement. In the near future, the document will help reduce administrative barriers and the burden of businesses.
әкімшілік жүктемелерді қысқартуға қызмет етеді.
The issues of reforming Samruk-Kazyna group were discussed today at a meeting held by Kazakh Prime Minister Ilham Ismailov. The main objective is to increase efficiency of the fund's activity, he stressed, and also to strengthen transparency and control by the public. Chairperson of the Samruk-Kazyna, Kazakh Minister of National Economy, and heads of other states agencies did their offers for the modernization of the structure. Ilham Ismailov instructed to continue work on developing the proposed measures. According to the Kazakh Ministry of Ecology, Geology and Natural Resources, new rates for recycling fee will be considered and approved by the end of February this year. On the instruction of the head of state, an interdepartmental working group has been set up to review the recycling fee rates, the ministry reported. The results will be published on the website of the relevant ministry. For the time being, the recycling fee is paid at the current rates to the Damu operator. It is the state organization that is entrusted with the performance of the functions of EPR operator. It is subordinate to the Ministry of Ecology, Geology and Natural Resources of Kazakhstan. The Mayor's Office of Almaty City pledges to exempt entrepreneurs affected by the mayhems from utility payments for a period of 3 months. Small and medium-sized businesses are also expected to have their rent payments deferred, the city mayor Bakhtiyar Sakintayev said. According to him, negotiations with private owners to provide benefits are already underway. As the city administration noted, utility costs will be paid at the expense of the local budget. Issues related to rent will be resolved separately, depending on their amount of damage. The city mayor also noted the health workers, police officers, and firefighters injured in Almaty will get compensation. Law enforcement officers, health workers, and firefighters who suffered any injuries will be compensated. Severely wounded ones will receive 2 million tenge, moderately wounded 1 million, slightly wounded 5,100 tenge, Bakhtiyar Sakintayev said. The mayor of Almaty added that a pantheon dedicated to the tragic January and those killed in mass riots will be built in the city. On the instructions of the head of state as an open architectural competition for making a sketch of a pantheon dedicated to general events will be announced in the near future, he noted. Kazakhstan is a promising country for investors, but they can prefer a wait-and-see approach for a while. Experts of the Eurasian Development Bank believe. Analysts of the financial organization observe an increase in country risk premiums, but it is moderate. The net inflow of foreign direct investments in Kazakhstan's economy exceeded $3 billion last year. The country's share in the EDB's total portfolio is over 36%, or approximately $4 billion. 88 major projects in various sectors were implemented in Kazakhstan with the International Financial Organization. It is planned to increase investments in Kazakhstan further.
С точки зрения перспективного инвестирования в Казахстане Евразийский банк развития остается на своих же планах.
From the point of view of promising investment in Kazakhstan, the EDB is still sticking to its plans. They were not subject to adjustments. We certainly look forward to the programs that will be considered at an extended meeting of the government in early February, as the head of state announced. The program may suggest some adjustments, but exactly in the same paradigm that the government and our shareholder are moving in. We have not reviewed the pool of projects, and if we do, it will only be in the direction of building up.
И, соответственно, наш акционер тоже. То есть пул проектов мы не пересматривали. Если будем пересматривать, то только в сторону наращивания.
Besides, according to experts, during the compensation for damage to business and stabilization of the situation, Kazakhstan's economy will return to growth after 3 months of 2022. Analysts forecast a slowdown in inflation in the country. By December, the figure may drop the upper threshold of the National Bank's target corridor for 6%. This will be facilitated by last year's increase in the interest rate as the measures taken by the Kazakh government. Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan, Tajikistan, Kyrgyzstan, Turkmenistan, and China will develop sustainable economic cooperation. The countries intend to cooperate in all areas, including the digital economy, artificial intelligence, smart cities, and solving common social problems. It was discussed by the participants of China Central Asia Forum. It's worth nothing that it's the first meeting of its kind. China will continue to work with Central Asian countries on poverty reduction, COVID-19 vaccination, and food safety. We would like to expand contacts with the Shanghai Cooperation Organization and the World Trade Organization to practice multilateralism. Representatives of Central Asian countries are also interested in cooperation with China. Their priority areas are green development, finance, and infrastructure. China is one of the Kazakhstan's most important economic partners. We hope to expand cooperation in energy, transport, and cross-border e-commerce. Over the past few years, we have witnessed China's rapid development. Kyrgyzstan will strengthen cooperation with China in the digital economy and green development, and will work to improve bilateral relations. China established diplomatic relations with the Central Asian states 3 decades ago. During this time, trade between China and the region has grown by hundreds of times. Applicants in Kazakhstan will receive 5,000 more grants this year. Hence, the total number of students in universities who receive education for free will increase up to 61,000. The grants will be provided to popular and relevant professions as before. When distributing educational grants, specialists will provide quotas for socially vulnerable categories of citizens, including large or single-parent families and those raising children with special needs. Overall, the number of educational grants will gradually increase by another 15,000 by 2025. This is one of the instructions of the head of state. The greater number of graduates of schools in Kazakhstan will have an opportunity to study at the expense of the state budget. Thanks to the president's support, the country's Ministry of Education and Science said.